Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles. This is a Transformers review today, as you can see, and it is the Takara Tomy Transformers United reissue Seekers Aces set. This thing is absolutely awesome. There's no other words to describe it. It's absolutely awesome. I did have this back when it came out. I actually pre-ordered it, so I had it about February, maybe March time, something like that. But I didn't really review it because I knew that this set was widely known, basically. There are so many Japanese reissues and knockoffs of these guys, and the actual Hasbro versions have been remolded like crazy. And then you got a load of other repaints and everything. But when I got this set, it's become my favourite Seekers, and I think that they are the best Seekers out there. But I'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the review. First of all, let's take a look at the packaging, and as you can see, it looks awesome, and you can actually see bits of the cone heads on the bottom. So if you get the other set, which I'm looking at getting, and they are actually a little lower in price now, they're on sale on TF Source, which is actually one of the reasons why I'm doing this review, because if anyone's out there thinking, yeah, these may be the best Seekers, but they're very high priced. And yeah, they are high priced, but it's on sale, so I just thought I'll get a review up, and if people want to watch it, then hopefully I can persuade you to pick these guys up, because they are really awesome. So, as you can see, great for mint in box collectors, because you can put the others underneath it and you can create one big picture. But also, what's great for collectors is this is on Velcro, and you've got this flap, and that is an awesome display case there. As you can see, it says Skywarp, Starscream and Thundercracker across the bottom, with the Seekers Aces just there, Decepticon logo, and in there you can see the instructions in the back, and they are really nicely packaged in here. Amazing display. I didn't even want to take them out of the box when I had this thing. And then you have a really great bit of artwork up there, the three flying in formation with Transformers United up there. But back down to the box, on the side it just says Transformers United Seekers Aces, and then here we have bios. Now these bios are really awesome. I'll just set it down. Here basically it shows that Skywarp is better than everyone in this set, and if you want to read those bios, you should be able to see those just fine. You can go ahead and pause. There's Starscream, and there is Thundercracker. So that's it for the box. Apart from that, you've just got a load of Japanese writing covering the English writing, so yay, that's great. And then on the top you got a nice little sticker there, I guess, showing that it's an official product or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's it for the box. Let's take a look at the Seekers themselves. So here they are, and they are, as I said, absolutely awesome. The major changes to this set is basically gunmetal and shiny paint. Now you may think that, well, it's a reissue, so what's the point? How can you say that this is the best set ever and everything? Well, it's because it's a reissue because they brought the mold back, but it is completely unique paint style. It's not just like the normal shiny Takara versions. So first off, let's take a look at Starscream. And the base mold for this is a light grey plastic. We have, instead of just a flat red, we have shiny chrome red on those air intakes, and on the chest once you get him into robot mode. You can see the wheels here. They are painted with, it looks like gunmetal, but it's sort of black. It is like a shiny kind of black. Underneath here you can see some of the shiny blue bits, but we'll take a look at that more in robot mode. And then we actually have that carrying onto the wings here too. This is a flat red, same as the red stripes on the wings. You have the white stripes along with it. Very nice shiny Decepticon logos. And here we see the addition of the gunmetal. I'll just focus in on these engines. They really do look very nice indeed. And then the guns, as you can see, they have gone for a more G1 look. So instead of the Takara version, which had chrome weapons, which I do like the look of. It really stands out on a shelf and everything, but they've made these as basically like a final goodbye to this mould. I'm sure you can get it elsewhere, and you'll be getting it from knockoffs for years to come. And we may see it again, but for the most part, this should be the last time that we get these guys as this mould. So, you know, they've gone full G1 on this thing. This is the best version of these guys. So, a lot of people would complain that the guns are plain, but that's what they like in the show, so deal with it. If you like Transformers, you will like this. If you don't like G1, then what is wrong with your life? So, yeah, you have gunmetal inside there, which really stands out more in robot mode, because generally when you see these, if you display them like this, they're going to be on a shelf like that, or, you know, on a flight stand or whatever. But they show off more in robot mode. But I'll put Starscream to one side, and then we'll take a look at Thundercracker here. We have gunmetal in all the same places on all three of them. We also have the same stripes as on Starscream. The red is a slightly darker red, as you can see, but I don't know. I think I prefer it on Starscream, but yeah, this red is very nice. It's more like a kind of crimson-y kind of red. And then instead of the shiny red, we have shiny silver. It's a very nice shiny silver paint. It really stands out against that blue. Very cool. And then instead of the shiny blue wingtips over here, we have black. And also I'd just like to show you the cockpit inside, because if you're not familiar with this mould, it is very nicely detailed, and you can actually see a seat in there inside the cockpit, detailed very nicely, and they all have the same G1-esque yellow tinted canopy there. And then obviously with the weapons on this, they're all blue. Put him to one side, and let's take a look at Skywarp. Now Skywarp is all black. It's a glossy type black, and he's obviously the least detailed out of this. He also has the black parts of the wing back there, and he has the purple guns. Obviously that is G1 accurate. And then you have shiny silver, just like Thundercracker, and then the purple on him is the same purple as the Decepticon logos on the stripes. So very nice nonetheless. It's my least favourite in this mode, but he's probably my favourite Seeker character. My favourite out of these would be Thundercracker in both modes, colour wise, I think. As a size comparison, I'm going to use Skywarp here, and we're going to look at another deluxe class, which is Cyclonus. So there you can see just how big he is compared to Cyclonus there. Roughly the same size. Obviously Cyclonus is a little bigger at the wings, but overall very good size there compared to a deluxe. And here is a Voyager, which I think these guys really should be, but here is Classics Jetfire. Practically dwarfs these guys. Now, as the actual plane itself, I'm just going to get him into that mode real quick, because the actual base mode under this is the same jet. So I'm just going to flip up these wings here, and there you can see it a little closer. Well, it's supposed to be the same jet. Obviously this version isn't, with that modded front end and everything, but there you go. There he is next to a Voyager plane, which I really think that these guys should be. They should be at least the same size as this, because, you know, this is the sleekest jet that we've ever had. That is perfect in my mind. That is honestly incredibly sleek for a Transformers jet. I mean, this is an amazing jet, but it's still got bulk under there, and obviously you've just got its arms sitting there and a load of weapons and stuff, but I really wish that we had this in Voyager, but anyway, let's get on to the transformations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out Starscream here and show you the transformation for about the millionth time on YouTube with the amount of versions of these molds. So what you're going to want to do first is take off the guns, and then we're going to just flip up these wings. They connect just in these little holes here, and they're on double hinges, so you can just flip them all the way up, and from the side you can see that flip up and then fold around like so. We're going to flip the ends of these wings up, and we're going to just pull back. Basically they just extend out till you hear the clicks there, and you can see the knee joints, and that's how you know that they will be fully done. What we're going to do is pull these out. They're clipped in there, rotate them around, and then they all once again clip in. Do that on the other side too. Flip down these feet and then separate them, and then you have the legs done. Now we're going to move in the nipple wheels like so, and then separate the chest like so, and then bring out the arms. We're going to take this whole nose cone and separate it up here, flip it around, bend it down on the hinge, push it inside, and then push it in to position like so. Then we're going to bend this back, and then that's just going to sit on Starscream's back like that, revealing the head. We can push this back in, just get the hands out of the arms here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take the guns and then put them in the peg holes on the side of the arms, and then now you have a fully transformed Seeker. So basically, very good transformation. It's simple, and it is, I would say, 100% G1 accurate. So it's just so simple and yet so amazing. Now I would like it as a Voyager, because I think that like this it's great, but obviously if you're going to display them in vehicle mode, then it will be best to have a Voyager, or at least, you know, if you have the Masterpiece version, then I would definitely 100% display that in vehicle mode. But I don't, so I'd really like a Voyager version of these that I can display with these guys, so that I can have this in robot and then have a Voyager version in vehicle mode. But for the most part, I don't have any complaints really. On a lot of older versions of these figures, these have been really loose, but I can tell you now that they are tight. As you can see, you know, they take a bit of doing to pull out on mine, you know. They're not loose on any of the figures. Yes, it has the same bad points as the original ones did, in the fact that if you want to shoot, it does push the wing down. I don't think that looks bad at all. I mean, I don't see why everyone complains about it, but, you know, you would like the wings to stay in that position. Articulation wise then, we have a nice up and down and 360 rotation at the shoulder. We have just I'll just take the gun off here so I can get to it. We have an elbow hinged there, and then the wrist can move in and out. The head is connected to the nose cone, so it's easier to move the head because it would be difficult to get in there with these air intakes in the way, but you can move that left and right that much. One thing I don't like about the head is just that these parts here are grey, but they are showing when it's in vehicle mode, so it has to be like that. It's a shame, but never mind nonetheless. And then we have that far forward at the hip, that far back, and that far out. We have a rotation-ish at the hip on that ball, and then we have a rotation at the knee. It moves 90 degrees at the knee, and then the foot can go up and down. So articulation on these guys, transformation, and G1 accuracy, all for me are extremely good. There's very little bad points, as I say. The major bad point with old ones is these cannons staying in place, and that's more prominent on knockoffs, but it is a big problem with older versions of this mould, and I can tell you mould degradation, absolutely none. The joints are all nice and stiff. You're not going to have any problems with these guys falling over their own weight, and they are nice and stiff in those joints too, so all thumbs up for that. And then just a closer look at the paint in this mode then. As you can see, when you reveal the feet, you bring out these, it's a slightly different shade of blue. It's very, very nice. I actually used to have some Lego sets that had that exact same shade of blue there, I guess you can say. In the light it's showing up as basically the same, but if I just move it around a bit, you can see it is slightly lighter. It's very nice. It's like got a kind of a purpley bluey kind of effect to it. It's very nice. The hands here, I wish that they were shiny, but they're not. They are just blue plastic. We have the gunmetal on the face instead of the shiny silver on older Takara versions, and then we have the gunmetal in the intakes, which I think looks awesome, and as I said, it really comes out in robot mode. But yeah, apart from that, you have the shiny blue on the feet, kneecaps, arms. You have the red looking really, really striking and awesome, and we have gunmetal down here below the knees and in the feet. And then, as you can see, we have Decepticon logos on the front and back of the wings, which obviously in this mode is upside down, so I really do wish that they were flipped, but I guess they want them that way up for vehicle mode. But I don't know, they could have just flipped it on the underside, but never mind. It doesn't take away from everything that's awesome about this figure. So I'm going to transform the other guys and show you their robot modes now. So here's Thundercracker himself, and as I said, this guy has the most going on for him. It's very vibrant on your shelf, and it is my favourite colour-wise out of this set. So close up here, as you can see, he has the nice silvery kind of gunmetal-y kind of face, which older Seekers have normally had. As you can see, that is the difference to the Starscream figure. And then down here in the feet, we have silver instead of that gunmetal, and this, like the knee pads and the arms, are that sort of it's a bit darker than that gunmetal, but it's the same colour as the wheels. It's like a dark grey, almost black, but it's got those glittery silver bits in there. He has the nice shining blue on. You can't really see it as well on this camera. It does actually look all moulded there, but if I put it in the light, you can see that is the true colour of it there, just above my thumb. That is what it looks like in hand. So we have that just on the arms and right in the centre of the chest there. But overall, this guy is my favourite. We have the very nice intakes there. As you can see, that really pops out on that silver. So now that we've taken a look at Thundercracker, let's go ahead and look at Skywarp. And here's Skywarp. So he's gone from a mostly black plane to a mostly purple and silver robot. This thing really comes out of its shell in robot mode. You can see you've got the flat purple on the fists and the guns, and then you have a very nice chromy kind of purple everywhere else except here. This is also flat purple. He also, just like Starscream, has gunmetal down on the legs. However, just like Thundercracker, has silver on the face. And then, as always, very nice gunmetal on the inside of the intakes there. He really pops in robot mode. This is his best mode in my opinion, and as a Seeker itself, with his teleporting and everything, just as a character, he is my favourite Seeker. And then colour-wise, Thundercracker is my favourite out of this set. But really awesome colours all around, vehicle and robot mode for these guys. I cannot fault them all. There's no paint issues. There's no actual mould degradation issues. I would 100% recommend this set. So here we have the final size comparison. Here he is with Voyager Jetfire, and this is how big he would be if they were to make a Voyager version of this Seeker mold. That would be pretty cool. I do like him stood next to, because obviously the majority of the figures that you get are deluxe classes. Starscream was pretty big in G1, so it would be nice to have a Voyager class, and well, that's how big he would be. I have no idea if they're going to make that, or if they're just going to go for new molds and everything. But yeah, they look nice together. They're obviously old pals, and they look great on the shelf together. So without further ado, let's move on to some final thoughts. So that's it for this review. I would say go out and get these. They are the best versions, they are the most accurate versions of these Seekers, and they are on sale right now at TF Source if you want to go check them out. Just quickly, if you want to go and see the Jetfire video, I'm going to be doing that sometime soon, so please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll get that up as soon as I can. Cyclonus, that is from the Reveal the Shield 2-pack with Rodimus, which is quite cheap on Amazon right now if you're in the UK and you want to pick that up. But for the most part, that will be my Transformers reviews for the next week-ish. I'll get Jetfire up, and I'm going to do a Wolf Cybertron Optimus Prime, because I picked that up as well along with this Jetfire. They were from Compare Toys, they were pre-owned. And now I'm going to get on to making my Iron Man helmet, so go ahead and look at my Homerino cosplay playlist, and that'll be part 2, which is going to come up, and that'll be applying the resin and fiberglass. So thanks for watching. If you want to see any of the videos that I've mentioned, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.